Hi YouTube! Today I'm going to be going over to the office and I'm going to be printing out some new flower stickers for springtime. I didn't quite make getting the stickers printed of the flowers for Easter, but I figured that I would still print them out for spring in general, and I'm gonna try to get them posted by May 1st or at least sometime close to the start of May, because I don't know if you guys have heard that saying before, but April showers bring May flowers. That's a big saying for springtime, rejuvenating the flowers and nature. So I thought that it would be pretty pretty good timing to get some more flower stickers up on the shop for the start of May. I have 4 that I have designed and gotten ready to print. I have a bunch more in mind that I could make. We'll have to see if I end up getting around to making some more flower stickers throughout May or not, because I do also still have the morphs of my reptiles that I can be slowly getting out, and then I have my last section that I want to open up the turtles, and then I do have some other moths and spiders in mind to make as well. So we'll have to see out of all of that rotation what ends up getting made for May. But in this video today, we'll be printing those new flowers. I don't know if I'll get around to all 4 of them in this video, or if this video is going to end up being chopped up where I do maybe 2 this video, 2 in the next video. We'll have to see what all we're able to print today, but we will be starting on our spring stickers today. So let's go ahead and head on over to the Etsy shop office and start printing. Just made it over to the office and I'm getting everything set up for our printing. I'm just opening my Cricut makerspace on my laptop so that we can get started with printing. But I was wanting to show you guys the new flowers that I have designed for spring. So let me get all that open so I can go ahead and show you what they look like. I have done a daffodil, a Gerber daisy, a Easter lily, and I've done a peach colored dahlia. I already have a black dahlia, if you might remember, that I did for Halloween, but for spring, dahlias are still very popular, and so I wanted to do one that would be a little bit more spring themed, spring color. So I did a peach one. I've been seeing a lot of kind of peachy, corally colored dahlias at some of the nature stores that I've gone to, so I thought that that would be a good color to do for that dahlia. But I got them all open now. I'm going to flip you guys around and show you what they look like, and then we will start printing them out and getting them cut out. So here is the peach dahlia we were just talking about. And I think that it looks really well. You'll definitely be able to see the highlights and shadows on it a lot better than the black version of the Black Dahlia, I feel like. I mean, we'll have to see again how it translates whenever it's printed out. But the highlights and everything, you'll definitely be able to see. The shadows, I might have been able to push the shadows a little bit more on this peach one. I didn't push them quite as much on the black one just because it was already so dark. But that's the peach dahlia. And then here's the Easter lily, which is a little bit, compared to like my other stickers, I feel like it looks a little bit more simplistic. But I think that's just because it is a white flower. And it actually, I used my other, one of my other Halloween stickers that I've done, which is the Forever Susan Lily. For this one, the shape and everything, because they're actually the same, basically the same lily, but they're different color variants. So the Easter one's all white with the center being kind of green, but then like the Forever Susan lily is a lot more colored. It's orange, it's purple, it's got kind of like vein stripes in it. So I ended up just using the same base of that one, but made it white for this. And I think that it looks like it's supposed to look. It just, compared to the other one, looks a little simple. But again, this is how an Easter lily looks. So it's correct and it's effective, though, for what it's supposed to be. This is my Gerber daisy. I decided to do a pink Gerber daisy. I was trying to decide between pink and orange, and I ended up doing a little bit of research trying to figure out which one I should do, like which color is the most popular. And it ended up being pink is the most popular Gerber daisy. In my head, I always picture Gerber daisies orange first, and then pink. But that might be because, like, the bouquets and that I've seen them in, they're generally orange, and it's just because of the type of bouquet. So I Googled my research in Googling. It ended up saying that pink is one of the most popular colors, and I know that it doesn't really matter which color I ended up doing, but I also didn't want to do a lot of flowers that end up being the same color, because I have quite a few orange ones now at this point, or ones that have orange in them, compared to like how many flowers that I actually have on the shop. And I did do Valentine's Day flowers, but they're not all the same color. Like I have a red, I have one that's kind of corally, pinky kind of color, and then I have one that's fully like bright pink. So this one, I think pink is good for this one. And then finally, I did a daffodil as my last flower. And actually, I say last flower, but this was the first one that I originally designed, because in my head I knew I wanted to do a daffodil for springtime. So this one I already had in mind, in my head from the very beginning when thinking about spring, and it was the first one that I did, and I think that it looks really good. I feel like that the front facing petals and everything is good. You kind of lose the trumpet of the actual center being so prominent and pronounced, having it face forward like this, but I think that it still is very much readable as a daffodil. And so since this is the first one that I designed and knew and was sure of, I think this is the first one we're going to go ahead and print. And I already have all of my pages laid out for all of the stickers I just showed you. So I just need to go into my Cricut Maker and tell it to make my daffodils. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with those, and I'm probably gonna end up doing 2 sheets of them because I was only able to get 5 on the layout. So I will come back whenever I have the very first one printed out and we take our first peek together. The daffodils first page just printed out. I'm gonna put it like that so it's laid flat. But here they are printed out. Here's our first look at them. And I think that they look good. I think that you can actually see the highlight a little bit more than I thought you'd be able to on the yellow, because the yellow is so pale. So I'm happy with how they came out, actually. More than I anticipated, because I wasn't quite sure that the shine and highlight on the petals would be as legible as it is. So I'm happy with that. Now I'm gonna let them dry and come back to you guys once they are cut out and we can see how they look as a sticker. Here is our next flower that I printed out, and as you can see, I went ahead and did the peach dahlia. I was able to get 6 of these on a page instead of 5, so I might just start with this one page just for now, printing wise, so that I can get the other 2 done today as well. I'll probably print some more after the fact, but for today this is probably a good start. And its colors are they're really pretty. I don't know if you can see on camera or not, but like in real life peach dahlias, the outer petals are a lot lighter than the center petals are, and so the outer petals are kind of more of the lighter orangey hue of a peach color, and then in the center it's a lot more of a pinky peach and a little bit darker. And so I tried to do that on my sticker as well, and in real life I think that it does work. It's a little bit subtle, but I do think that it's still noticeable. I don't know if you can see it quite as well on camera or not. So I'm just telling you guys how it looks. You can also like look up a picture or go. I think Home Depot is where I was seeing a lot of peach dahlias in my area anyway. But yeah, so the outer petals are lighter and a little bit more orangey, and then the center petals are a lot darker and a little more pinky, a little more pink colored. But I think that the colors came out really good on these. I'm quite happy. I didn't do anything to the leaves on this one to like, it's just exactly the same as on the black dahlia on these. So I'm gonna let them sit for a little bit, and then I'll come back once we're to cutting them out as stickers. But I think that these are really good color. I like them a lot. Our peach dahlias are done, and I'm gonna again just do it this way with you guys. And I actually, this was the last of this type of paper and this pack of laminate that I have. I did order in some more laminate and more paper, so I do have more laminate and paper for the other stickers. It's just I had to open a new pack of laminate. Here is our peach dahlia, our very first one. It looks amazing. So yeah, I had to open up a new pack of laminate, and then I actually got a different sticker paper. So I'm curious to see how it is going to work. I'm just kind of experimenting as I go to see what works the best for my stickers. I know that this paper is pretty good, but the ink will smear if it gets water on it. And the new paper that I got says that the ink and everything, the way that it takes in the ink should be waterproof, and that it is tear resistant. So we'll see how that paper does whenever I do our next two flowers. But there is our peach dahlias done. So I will go ahead and print out our next page and come back to you guys. I think that I'm going to do the Easter lily next, and then our final one will be the pink Gerber daisy. All right, our next sticker has been printed, our Easter lily, and this is on the new paper, and it looks just like the other paper. It looks like it's printed pretty much the same. I'm happy with how the color came out on this one. Actually, it's a little bit darker than I think it looks on the computer, but I think that the color is still good because you can still see the highlight nicely on the white. It's a little, I did make it a little bit off-white so you'd be able to see the detailing a little bit more. It is, I think, supposed to be a little bit lighter, but it's not so dark that I am unhappy with it. and the leaves and everything look good. I like the color of the pollen. I think that that came out nicely. So same with the other paper though. I'm gonna let this sit just for a couple minutes to make sure that it's dry, since I haven't used this paper before, and then I will laminate it and come back whenever we have it cut out as a sticker. All right, our Easter lilies are cut out, so I'm just gonna do like I've been doing and peel off the excess paper from the mat and throw that away. And then I'm going to take our stickers off. Here's our first one. And the backer on this paper, the sticker paper, is a little bit different than the other one. Not in a bad way or a good way, just a little bit different. The back does. The back feels. And it doesn't have any sort of easy peel cut on it like the other paper does, which I actually might prefer that it doesn't, because on the seam of the other paper where it has an easy peel at the very top of the page, it sometimes makes the stickers print a little funny. The ink settles into the seam a little bit weirdly. So I guess that's one plus so far of this type of paper, but I'll have to see how I like it compared to the other paper. But for now, here is our Easter lilies. And now we get to move on to our very final spring flower of the day, which is going to be our pink Gerber daisies. And I'm definitely going to have to print 2 pages of that, because I can only fit 4 on a page for the Gerber daisies. So I'll probably actually end up printing maybe even 3, but to get us started, I'm definitely going to print 4. So let us get on to printing that one out and seeing how it looks once it is printed on this new paper. All right, our very final spring flower has just printed out, our Gerber daisy, and it definitely somehow looks a little more wet, I guess you would say. I think it had to put out a little bit more ink than our Easter lilies, so I'm definitely going to let this one sit to make sure. But I think that the color came out good on them. I like the pink. I can tell that the shadows are going to look good whenever they settle in their color. And I really like the leaves on this one. I think that the veins and the highlights on it did good. I was not entirely sure with how the center would print out, because I wasn't super confident in how I had done it, even on the computer in Photoshop, how it looked. It just looked a little kind of weird to me. But I think that with the way that it prints out and with how big the center is in comparison to the entirety of the flower, it looks okay. I think it's just like when I was zooming in to really work on the details of the center, in Photoshop that it was looking a little strange to me. But I think whenever you look at it, especially now printed out, I think that the center looks fine. So I will let this sit and dry and then come back to you guys whenever they're cut out. But I am happy with how all of our stickers have been coming out today. So I'm quite pleased, very excited to get them posted on the shop as well. Okay, our very last spring sticker, our Gerber daisies, have printed and been cut out. So let us go ahead and peel off the excess paper and see how they printed out and cut out. And they look like they did good, just like all the other ones. Here is our Gerber daisy sticker. Let me go ahead and peel off these last three. And I'm actually going to use my little thingy, my little pick tool, to kind of help get them off this, because they're a little stuck. There we go. There we go. So, why is that one facing the wrong way? There we go. Here is our Gerber daisies. I'm gonna go ahead and print out some more of them, but that's what they came out looking like. And I'm very happy with how all 4 of our new flowers have printed out and cut out. And so I will set them up and show you guys kind of the final run through of how they all came out today. And then we will do our outro. And here we have them, our 4 spring flower stickers that we did today. I think that they all came out really good. I actually do like how the Easter lily looks a little bit more now that I'm seeing it with the other 3. Let me see if I have a glare. There, I think you can, I don't know. I think you can see. But yeah, I'm happy with how all 4 of them came out. And here's the final view of all of them together. Our spring bouquet, I guess you could say. I might be doing more, I'm not sure. I definitely have more planned in the future, so even if we don't get to them for this spring, we definitely still have plenty of other spring flowers we can be doing in the future. So I'm gonna probably move on to our last section of the shop though that we need to get posted, which is the turtles, because I would like to have all of our sections open, and then we can keep expanding on them from there. Alright guys, back in my little recording corner. This is going to be the end of the video. I hope that you guys liked our new spring flower stickers that we did today. Our daffodil, Gerber daisy, peach dahlia, and Easter lily. I think that those are going to do pretty well on the shop, I'm hoping. But that's going to be the end for this video. I am going to be doing, like I said, turtles, and I might be doing some more flowers. I'm not sure if I'll get to those or not this month, but I'd have a lot of stuff planned for the future for us to continue doing, so you can look forward to that. But the next one probably is going to be the turtles. So that's I'm pretty sure that's going to be the next video is getting the turtles set up on the shop. But I have to I have to decide which ones I'm going to start with for that. So we'll see whenever we get to that. But if you like this video, please leave a like, leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you can continue on this journey with me, and push the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I upload a video so you don't miss it. All of my links are going to be down in the description below. I will have links to my Etsy shop, my TikTok, and my Instagram. My business email will also be down there, and all of that is culminated in a LinkTree as well for you guys. But that's going to be the end of the video. I think that that's everything that I'm supposed to say at the end. So I'll see you guys in the next one whenever we do some more stickers. Bye, YouTube!